Just this week, I had some young Mormon missionaries visit me. And I don't know if they're just getting younger or I'm getting older. But I looked at these guys and I'm like, they could be my students. And so I talked very politely to them and everything. And we had a good long conversation. And one of them, he said, "Can I share something with you?" I said, "Sure." And he read in the Book of Mormon a passage in Moroni chapter 10. And he said, he read the passage and then he said, "Oh, this just gives me so much hope and it's so encouraging to me." And I said, whoa, let's think of the language really fast that you just read there. Because in Moroni 10, it says something to the effect of, once you have rid yourself of all ungodliness, then the grace of God is sufficient for you. And he said, it's filled with grace. It's so great because God's grace is before us. I said, pause. That's an if-then statement. The first part, the if, is once you have rid yourself of all ungodliness, then there's grace. And so I said to both of them, guys, have you rid yourself of all ungodliness? And they said, well, we like to try our best. I said, but that's not what the text says. So then grace is not sufficient for you because you have not completely rid yourself of all ungodliness. I said, that's heartbreaking. Because what you're saying here is that you have an impossibility. This is not good news. This is an impossible situation. If I don't rid myself of all ungodliness, then I don't get grace. That's why I need grace. And so I showed them in the Bible. Romans chapter 11, verse 6 says, if it is by works, then it is no longer by grace. Because then grace ceases to be grace. Grace means I don't deserve it. Grace means I can't do anything. Grace is exactly what we're talking about. This is what Luther discovered, what Calvin discovered. These reformers, they said, we can't make ourselves better because even if you think this ritual is going to do it, I know my own conscience. I know my own heart. I'm a broken fool just like the next guy. Grace is what God does in spite of me.